Yo, what's going on, guys? You're not. Yo, what's going on, guys? How's everything? Yo, breaking news. Breaking news. Mikey Garcia has signed with Eddie Hearn. Matchroom, DAZN. It's going down. You know, it's a, it's a great, great signing for Matchroom and DAZN. This is exactly what they honestly needed. Yeah, but let's say congratulations to Mikey. Well deserved. I can't get mad. Um, Mikey hasn't fought since, what was it, March, April? Was it April, May? Sometime. He fought. Last fight was Errol Spence, and since then he hasn't fought. He hasn't fought since then, which is really interesting. But yeah, guys, that's pretty amazing. I think that was really imminent. Anyways, I mean, this is not really breaking news in terms of Mikey signing with his own or not. But the real question is, what intrigued Mikey Garcia really to sign with Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, DAZN, and because he had a successful pay-per-view with Errol Spence. They did over, what was it, over 300,000. For him to go to DAZN, I'm not even sure if that's true with that $7 million allegedly. Well, I've been seeing on Twitter. Um, I mean, I get it. He went to DAZN. He's gonna, it's a smart move for him to take a one fight deal with an option after his fight. I mean, what is really out there for Mikey Garcia, 47? If you look at all the 47s that Eddie Hearn has, is Maurice Hooker, who's moving up to 47. You got Jessie Vargas, who was fighting at Super Welter. He could move back to 47. Who also got a 47? Not really, not enough names. And then a lot of people, from what I've heard that Kell Brook is in the mix. This is really, really close sources that told me. They said that, that's a name that really, really intrigued Mikey. Mikey has a desire to fight in the UK. Kell, we haven't seen in a minute too. His fight, what was the last fight? Last year too, I think. Was it like early March or something like that? February? Haven't seen him since. When you shaving your head, we ain't forget. Soon Eddie Hearn has to cut it off. Has to shave it off. Best promoter. Yeah, I'm waiting for that. So I heard Kell Brook. Kell Brook is in the run. Of course, the leading candidate is Jessie Vargas, but from what I'm hearing is that Mikey wanted, like top notch. Like he wanted a name that really surprised him, and Kell Brook was a name mentioned. Like I said, this is close info that I've been told. Mikey Garcia, Kell Brook could be a great fight. From what I'm hearing too, because there is a press conference on Wednesday in California. Eddie Hearn, Mikey, DAZN, and all the people out there, they're gonna be there. So just thinking about it right now, him having a press conference in California, he might fight back. He might have his comeback fight in California, get a win. But from what I'm hearing, it's Kell Brook. It is Kell Brook. If it's not Kell Brook, it's Jessie Vargas. I mean, think about it. What other options are out there for Mikey? I doubt he'll fight Josh Taylor, man. Because if he fight Josh Taylor, that would be huge. In the UK too. I mean, I don't know. I don't see that one yet. I think Eddie Hearn is trying to have him fight Ramirez, at 40. And plus, I don't think that's convenient for Mikey, because if he was to fight Taylor, he wins. Then it's like Robert trains Jose Ramirez too, and I think that's not good for Robert's perspective. To kind of, of course you always rock with Mikey over Jose, but why would you do that? I mean, it hurts his money, hurts his pocket. So I don't see that fight going. I don't see him going that route. You got Regis program. I mean, I know he's not like signed from my knowledge. He's with the Bellas with DAZN. That I don't see that fight happening either. I think they'll try to reestablish Prograis. Let me see who else said Maurice Hooker. It is a good fight for Mikey to take, but like I said, I don't think they want to put Maurice Hooker in a losing streak. Jessie Vargas makes a that's an appealing fight if you're trying to increase or just tackle a certain demographics in the Mexican American, especially in the West Coast. You know, people will buy it and people will subscribe to the zone, and that's a fight that will make sense, and I think that's a fight that Mikey could, Mikey could win that fight. Mike, that's a great fight, but Kell Brook and Mikey will be a great fight, man. Like, Kell Brook is probably almost in his end of his career. Kell Brook hasn't really been the same since the Errol Spence fight, Triple G fight. It's hard to tell. And then Mikey, he took that loss to Errol Spence. He didn't get knocked down or anything, but it could have been it was a unanimous decision performance by Errol Spence. We're not taking anything with Errol Spence. I think Mikey. I give Mikey respect for taking a challenge like that with Errol Spence. Even at the time, Errol, a lot of people were still debating if Errol was really the truth at 47, and since then he fought Mikey, he fought Porter. So I think Errol Spence has proven more doubters about his skill sets. So but it took Mikey Garcia, who for somebody like him, he didn't have to do that and for him to fight Errol Spence. That was huge. He took the loss, but it is what it is. But yeah, what you guys think about Mikey Garcia signing with the Zone? What you guys think? What you guys think? I'm typing this down right now. Yeah, I'm only curious. Like, that was a brilliant move. I'm kind of concerned. I think from Mikey's perspective, because he did lose 2 to 3 years of his prime years, peak years, when he was a top rank, and he was having that contract issues, promotional issues. One thing that Mikey has done that has been a big establishment has been him being his own boss, him deciding his future, him knowing his word, his value, and I think it's paid a big dividends. He fought Broner. Of course, he was a B-side of Broner, but he got the job done. Spencer, he was a B-side, but he made good money from that pay-per-view revenue. I know he's seeking Pacquiao. He's really seeking a Pacquiao fight, and I was just kind of surprised that he would leave PBC at this stage of right now, because I think from what I know is that PBC was treating him right. People, PBC was paying him. PBC was giving him the fights that majority of the time he wanted. So I just didn't see that coming, honestly. I didn't see I just didn't see him leaving. But then again, it's smart for Mikey. He's probably going to test waters with the Zone. He's going to see what they offer. He probably wants to see the promotional experience, how they manage his events and PR, and just see how he's probably want to like see how this app works for his career, and how convenient, how beneficial it could be for him moving forward than a standard television on Fox or pay-per-view, whatever. So Mike, this is something Mikey is experimenting. Mikey is one thing about Mikey is that he's a man is very brave and is not scared of fail. He takes risks. So I give him props for that. Eddie Hearn, like I said, me and Eddie might not agree to everything, but I gotta give him his props where his props are due, because it's been over a year and like 3 months he was after Mikey. Mikey was declining him, but Mikey was kind enough to be like, you know what, I'll still listen to offers. I'm open to them. If it makes sense, I'll do it. And I don't blame Mikey for not signing with DAZN last year, because DAZN, people were still debating like, is DAZN, who the hell DAZN has? If you look at last year, like, they barely had nobody. They probably had Jacobs was still on that HBO deal, but then technically Jacobs is DAZN if he's with Eddie Hearn, right? They didn't really have a lot of fighters. When they launched, it was Jessie Vargas, Demetrius Andre, Anthony Joshua, who's not really obligated with DAZN. Who else you had? You had Jarrell Miller. You had who else? Daniel Roman. You had Who else you had in that roster? See, I'm forgetting names. You know, and people were laughing at DAZN because this is the best you got, and you're trying to compete in the U.S. market with the other networks. But since then, they've signed a lot of great fighters. Usyk, they got Canelo, they got Triple G. Now they got Mikey. There's a few names I'm trying to think. Who else they signed? Who else did they sign? Joseph Parker to the zone. Who else they got? I'm trying to think who else they got. Oh, they got Sergey Risai, Estrada. They got who else? Who else? I'm trying to think who else they got. But I mean, their roster has been taken more serious, more than ever. So like I said, if Mikey does fight Jessie Vargas, that's a great fight. Both men need this win, so I think both guys are gonna prepare themselves to the max. If it's not him, Brook and Mikey, LA would be a good fight. Taking the UK would be a great fight. But it's just like my question is, you leave PBC, you leave yourself kind of vulnerable or almost like a miss because you want to get the Pacquiao fight. Pacquiao's with PBC. From what I know, he has one more fight left with PBC. So whoever fights in April or not, or it might be Mikey in April. Who knows? April. Let me see. If he fights February 29th, March 29th, no, no way. So I guess you could, yeah, basically April's fight is not going to be Mikey Garcia, Pacquiao. Pacquiao's probably going to fight Danny. Porter? I don't know. But anyways, like I think, my question to Mikey is, does this hurt your chance fighting Pacquiao? Let's say Pacquiao does fight somebody else in April. Pacquiao becomes a free agent. Once again, he gets to decide what he wants to do for his career. Does he want to go to DAZN? Does he stay PBC? I doubt he'll go to Top Rank. But, for Pacquiao, my opinion is that he's better off on pay-per-view. Because you think about it. You fight Danny Garcia, that fight would make $350, $400. You fight Errol Spence, if Errol Spence comes back this year, that fight will be between 750 to 800, 800,000 pay-per-view buys. You fight Sean Porter, that's 300, between 300 to 450. That fight with Sean Porter does. So, Mikey Garcia versus Devin Haney, late 2020. That's a great question. I mean, I would love to say that would be a great fight. Devin Haney right now currently is, well, not currently, but he is the WBC champion in recession. He got surgery. He's injured. So, and plus he's gonna move up to 40. I don't even think Mikey. I mean, no, Mikey did say he could make 40. I don't know if he can make 35, but if they can make a catch weight, him and Haney, 44 and a half, 45, I think the fight could be made. But I don't think that fight's gonna be made late 2020. That's my honest opinion. But that'll be a great fight though. That'll be dope. I'd rather see Devin Haney, Ryan. I'd rather see Devin Haney right now in this stage of his career. Right now, he's still young, Devin Haney, Teofimo. That's a fight I would like to see. But yeah, I think Mikey is doing the right. Mikey's just banking on himself yet again. Should be praised. From what I know, he always wants the big challenges. Even though he said he's seen something in Errol Spence, maybe he did, and it wasn't his night. He doesn't mean he's not a great fighter. He's a 4-division world champion. He's defeated, some of the most, recognizable names. Where do I have him in my pound for pound rankings? I probably have him number 6, number 7, between there, 8. Mikey's not done yet. Mikey still has a lot to go. But it's tricky too, because 40 is like one of his stablemates at 40. Ramirez, he's going for undisputed. So I just don't see him going that route. And what other names is out there at 40 that you could really say that it really intrigues Mikey? Nothing. 47 is like, they were all in PBC, so why would you leave PBC? So that's what I'm saying. Like, Jessie Vargas is the leading candidate. But Kell Brook is in the mix. I'm telling you right now, Kell Brook is in the mix. Unless they do something crazy. But nah, I don't think it's Pacquiao. Pacquiao's still PBC. It's not. And then, I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearn is banking that if Pacquiao fights somebody in April, he'll have Pacquiao. Because Pacquiao really, from what I'm hearing, Pacquiao really wants to fight Mikey Garcia. He really, really wants to fight Mikey Garcia. And, if Mikey's in the zone, then I think Eddie would throw a substantial offer to Manny Pacquiao. And he's banking on Pacquiao coming into the zone after his contract expires with PBC. Will he come? Who knows? For me, honestly, Pacquiao benefits just fighting on pay-per-view. Unless, like, the zone throws some crazy money. Like, honestly, the only way I see Pacquiao potentially coming to, like, the zone is, like, if he signs, like, a 3-fight deal worth like $30 million. Let's say they give him each fight $10 million, and I can see Pacquiao doing it. The zone is on the roll, but it's gonna come to a point where they gotta. Why is he spending their money? I mean, I don't know. I don't know their marginal profits. I don't know how much money they really do make. From what I know, the zone are the zone is established through private investors. So, like I said, I don't know how that works. Pacquiao going to the zone next. I don't know, man. I don't know. PBC's been putting him good matches. So now PBC has to really, 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 really try to make Pacquiao happy these next couple months. So whoever you guys put Pacquiao, you make sure that that's the fight that Pacquiao wants and it's convenient. And even if it's a fight that business-wise won't benefit the business aspect, the best part is for you to make Pacquiao happy. Because right now, with Errol Spence out, that does ruin plans. That does ruin plans with Pacquiao to fight Spence sometime this year. It might happen still. And who knows, man. That fight would be a 50-50 right now, just based on the injury with Errol Spence. But PBC can't mess this up. They can't let Pacquiao go because they need Pacquiao to lose to Errol Spence. They need him to lose to Errol Spence. If they some way they lose Pacquiao, I mean, either way, Errol Spence could still succeed and become the next superstar in a pay-per-view format. But for you to get Pacquiao, and I know Errol Spence ain't, he's not dumb. You know what I mean? Like, Errol Spence dropped the ball once when not that he turned down, but he did turn down the Golden Boy offer to fight Miguel Cotto. And when I asked him, he said regret it. So, for you to drop the ball twice on another legend, like, no, don't do it. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be brutal. But yeah, Mikey, whew. Yeah, I just realized his own is getting all these Mexicans. From my knowledge, they signed Canelo, Mexican. Mikey, 1-fight deal with option, Mexican. Estrada, Mexican. Ruiz, last 2 times he's fight, the zone, now he's back to PBC. Who they signed Ruiz? Who knows? Who else they got? Julio Cesar is fighting this week, actually Friday, on what's it called? Yeah, he's fighting this Friday with Danny Jacobs. That's okay. That's a lot. They got a lot of great names. They got Diego Pacheco. It's a great Munguia. Yep, Munguia. Thank you, Willie Whitelaw. You're a big Munguia fan. Yep, you are. Look at that. You're a big Munguia fan. Yep, Munguia. Who else he got on the zone? But Munguia don't even have an exclusive contract though, from my understanding, right? Hold on, I'm trying to see. Ryan doesn't even have an exclusive contract with the zone. He's just with Golden Boy. That's crazy though. Well, the WBC and IBS strip Errol Spence are making a reason while he's in coverage for injury. Well, let me see. When did he do his last IBF mandatory? So he beat Ocampo. That was 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago, right? So he'll probably be mandated to do a IBF mandatory this year, from if I'm doing the math right. WBC, I'm trying to see. No, I don't think they'll do it unless he's out for a long period of time. Because right now, okay, right, the WBC, from my knowledge, who was the mandatory? Is it even Danny? Danny? No, he's not even mandatory. He's just the silver belt, the silver WBC silver belt. Yeah. So right now, okay. So how this works is they won't strip Errol Spence right now because they haven't mandated a fight for him at 47, at where he in his division. So as long as there's no mandatory, they'll have him have the title. Now, if Errol Spence is out a substantial amount of period, like Keith Thurman was out for almost 2 years and some couple months, right? Um, so if it's that, if we're gonna, if Spence is out like the way Thurman was out, then yeah, he will, either Spence will vacate or they will strip him, and and that's the tricky part too, because Thurman was like he vacated, but WB said, but once you're ready, you could get your shot back at the WBC title. He fought Lopez, defended the title, the WBA at the time, and then he lost to Pacquiao. So I don't know if he still has that entitlement or does Pacquiao have that entitlement. Like, I'm telling you, this is crazy. I don't even know. Like, that's the crazy part. That is the crazy part. So yeah, they won't strip Errol Spence yet, man. Errol Spence is, at the end of the day, these sanctioning bodies make their money through what a fighter makes. So, if he has IBF and WBC, and let's say that if Errol Spence's last fight against Sean Porter, he made $8 million, the WBC and the IBF separately, individually, will take 3% of that $8 million for sanctioning fees and body fees. Yeah, but see, from what I know and what I understand is Devin Haney is championing recession because he just got injured, but he just got mandated to fight PBC's Javier Fortuna. I think that's why they did it. So, because he's unable to do that mandatory, and for what it seems, Devin Haney might miss the first 6 months of 2020. So that's why they did that to Devin Haney, from what I know. But yeah, Devin Haney gonna get that title back, man. And either way, it doesn't even matter because he's moving up to 140. So it really was it 140? Yeah, he's moving to 140. Moving to 140. Good point, AB. Yeah. So he's moving up to 140. So it doesn't even matter. The main concern was to, like what they were saying, make Devin Haney a champion at one weight class and then move him up. So by the time he's establishing and making himself the athlete, they'll be like, well, he's already a two division world champion. That's about it. But yeah, him and Mikey will be a great fight. I was saying that the other day actually, but it's gonna be long due when that by the time that fight happens. What other fights? I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? What other fights is out there for Mikey on DAZN? Like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Willie, where you at? Other fights are there for Mikey on DAZN? Guys, really, what do you guys think? I'm really interested to know. Let me see. Let me pin this. Hold on. Oh no. Yeah, what you guys think? Guys, say something. Say something. That'll be really dope. Josh Taylor. Yeah, it's a great fight. But no, they already have plans for him to unify with Ramirez. So that's a no. That's for me, no. Pac-Man, somehow, some way, we're going to see. Only Pacquiao can determine that now. Who knows, man? Pac-Man versus Mikey, man. Yo, Mikey got a chin, though, bro. Mikey, you got to drop once, right? You got to drop once. I'm trying to remember who dropped him. But he did get dropped once. That was a long time ago. See, I don't even remember. He does got a chin, though. He took a good hit from Errol Spence. Prograis, that is a fight that I could see. But Pro will have to move probably Mikey versus the winner of Taylor Ramirez. See, this is what I was just explaining earlier. This is a little tricky because like Ramirez trains with Mikey. He trains with Mikey at the same gym. They have the same trainer and Robert. And since Ramirez made his transition and switching trainers from Roach to Robert, I've been really impressed with Ramirez. I thought he was gonna lose to Hooker, and then Ramirez beat him. And since Robert, he's been more impressive. I've been really high on the kid since then. And it's just, like I was just saying before, it's very inconvenient for him to fight Mikey and Mikey to fight him, because then you put your coach, your trainer, in a situation where he has to pick and choose, and we all know Mikey and Robert are brothers. He's gonna choose Mikey, and then he's gonna lose a fighter and a champion where he makes money. It won't happen. Ramirez will go up to 147 and box Crawford after Taylor. Yeah, he's gonna go fight Crawford, and that's almost common sense because Ramirez is gonna be in the same situation with Crawford. It's like, who else is there at 147 that are elite? Oh, on the PBC side, you got Thurman, you got what's his name? You still got Pacquiao in there, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. You got Ugas. Those are six names I just mentioned. They top rank in 147. The way I was watching the press conferences, Postal is on his way to 47. Ramirez, Crawford. Who else you got at 47? Recognizable 47 at top rank. That's about it. So 2020, let's say Ramirez fights Taylor, undisputed, he wins. So that'll be the first half. Second half, he probably move up, fight Crawford. I see him fighting Crawford 2021. And then but then he's fighting Postal this January, February, so that leaves him almost stuck. Would it make sense? Garcia Hooker, if Hooker bounces back in Phoenix, that would be that's a fight that would be convenient for Mikey to just rebound a win. But then him and Hooker put that fight in Texas. Hooker's from Texas. Mikey has a big fan base in Texas. Make that fight happen. Crawford. Dudes at 140 have more balls than the guys at 147. They actually want to fight Crawford. Yeah, but they only want to fight Crawford because that's their only option. If you look at their contracts and who they're signed with, it's like for example, let's say I'll give you an example. Let's say Brown Gown 1 drives a Honda and Honda Civic, and I drive a Honda Accord, but Willie, I'll give you an example. Willie, hit the like and subscribe to. Thank you, Hard Knocks. Thank you. Anyways, so I was saying, it's like, Brown Gown 1. It's like you got a Honda Accord, I got a Honda Civic, and Willie Whitelaw has a Chevy Equinox. Me and you drive the same car. Yours might be 2013, might be 2015. But if you want to bump it up and upgrade, you go to 2015 because and if you want to, talk about, sharing, pieces, transmission, and all that, it makes sense because we're on the same brand with the model. You can't mix models and pieces from a Honda to Chevy. So that's how the business works. So, Ramirez, as much as Ramirez will say, I want to fight Thurman, I want to fight this. Can it happen? Yes, it could happen. But it's also being realistic. If you're signed with, like, say, your top rank, I have a Tesla. Yeah, I could imagine you have a Tesla. Imagine. But think about it. Ramirez, like I said, Ramirez's only real option at 47 is Terrence Crawford. Because he's going to fight Postal January, and then, is he going to fight Postal again? Well, then again, Top Rank has done a lot of rematches over the years. Pacquiao, Timothy Bradley 3 times. Pacquiao, he fought Marcus 4 times. He fought Mark. Yeah. Crawford Crawford clowned me. He said he'll fight all the way to 160, but to fight Patrick Teixeira is too big for Crawford, man. But Crawford will. I mean, that makes sense. Because, remember, keep in mind, the way the WBO works is that, let's say, if for example, Bud was to vacate his title 147 and he moves to 54, the way the WBO works is he'll be automatically number 1 at WBO as a mandatory. He'll be number 1 because he was a former champion in a previous weight class under. So that fight could easily happen. If Fury could be made so Spence, we know it's PBC holding up the fights. The thing is, it's tricky because I'll give you a prime example. Wilder and Fury did happen, but let's look at the rule that had to happen. Fury was with Frank Warren. This is without any involvement with another big promoter in America. He fought Wilder. It was easy to make because he wasn't really obligated to an American broadcaster or American promoter. So the fight was made. Now, if you really want to digest more in this perspective, Fury Fury was winning the fight. He got knocked down, and then the last round of the last minute and a half was like a viral moment, and ESPN and Bob Arum knew that that moment was almost a life changing moment to boxing. It was a significant moment for boxing, and they realized that they had to get some way. Um, Pretty much they had to get involved, right? And when they signed Fury, the most common sense is, yeah, you fight Wilder. There's a rematch. People will say he won the fight, and not even that. Um, look at Tyson Fury's last fights with Bob Arum's. Like, look at his list. He's fought Otto Walling. Is he a top 10 name? No. Who else he fought? I'm trying to remember who else he fought. This is not bad. And yes, Wilder is technically a free agent. No, I'm lying. If we want to be technical, he is a free agent. If unless he said they're gonna gotta buy you some AirPads. LOL. Haha. No. So what I'm thinking is, Wilder does have Bomb Squad promotions. So technically he is with Bomb Squad promotions. But since he's his own boss, then he can do whatever he wants, right? So if you look at PBC, right? Usually when you look at the headline, it'll say PBC up, and then down you see like the promoters, TGB, Lions Only Promotion. So I think that PBC is like a brand, not really a promotional company. That's why if you look at when PBC started, they had the Bella Entertainment. They also had TGB, so it's tricky. Santa gotta buy you some AirPads, definitely. I had AirPads, but I keep forgetting to charge them. Every time I use them, work out. So it'll be bad. But, it is what it is. Let's see, I have a Tesla. Yeah, but Crawford, it can still be made. Bob's mentioning Crawford Porter. I doubt that's going to happen. Until they talk it out and step aside that friendship, they don't see that fight happening. And then, is it all? Yes. In other words, Al is like a promoter. He's a manager. He's an advisor. So, in other words, yeah, PBC is more like a managerial advisor company. He advises fighters, and Al has done some surprising moves as an advisor. Danny Jacobs was once on the PBC under the PBC banner, and I was surprised Al let him. Not that he still works with Al, from what I understand. He still works with Al, but just that Danny Jacobs now has a promoter in Matchroom, right? So he still works with Al Heyman. I'll give you another example. They still work with Julio Cesar Chavez. You know how I know? Because when the press conference happened in L.A., Sam Watson was there. That's Al Heyman's right-hand man. And if they had nothing to do with Chavez Jr., nobody from the PBC higher-ups would be there. And Sam was there. So, I think Al, like I said, he's not a promoter. Like, they're not signed to him under promoter, but he just advises them. Who else? I remember he's done. Amir Khan was once on the PBC banner. The last fight I remember Khan was on when he fought Algieri, never to be seen again. Then he's with Eddie Hearn. How badly does Chavez lose next week? Probably pretty bad, bro. And then Jacobs got power, bro. Jacobs got power. Let me take this fucking neck pillow. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. This is. I think Danny knocks him out in 8-9 rounds. 8 to 9 rounds. 8 to 9 rounds. I think he does it. Yeah, because Danny got power, bro. And then Chavez 60. Well, they have a fight before, so he's not. He pretty much took away that ring rust. Danny Jacobs is testing waters in a new division. Yeah. Yo, you already know. How badly does Chavez? I'm waiting for that. Yo, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going live for Tevin Farmer and Jojo Diaz. That's the one I want to do. Because that's a fight that I'm really proud that under my influence happened. I can't wait for that one, man. We going big in Miami, man. January 30th. Demetrius Andre, Tevin Farmer, Jojo Diaz, Daniel Roman. Let's get it. Let's get it. Miami and Super Bowl weekend. Yes, we are out. We out. Lit, lit. Yo, so like I said, congratulations to my boy Mikey. Signing with Matchroom. They probably have things under their sleeve that I don't even know it. But like I said, from what I'm hearing, Vargas, Mikey, Kell Brook, one fight deal with option after his fight, February 29th. From what I'm hearing, it's California he's gonna fight in. Press conference Wednesday in LA, Mikey Garcia, Eddie Hearn. And that's about it. That's about it, guys. So let me know what you guys think about Mikey Garcia. Switching chips, switching his allegiance to the Matchroom bands. What do you guys think is the fate of PBC now that losing Mikey Garcia? Does this move cause Mikey from getting that Pacquiao fight, or does that help his case of getting the Pacquiao fight some way, somehow? Who knows? It's going to be the interesting first half of 2020. Let's get it. Boop!